Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to look at function notation, and we're actually going to be solving some of these using the sets of points that are given to us. So you're going to notice on the top it says given f equals, and then there's a set with these curly brackets, and then a bunch of points in the middle, and then close bracket. So, and then there's also a g of x, a g here with a bunch of points, and there's 3 points in each, right? Now, which ones are the x values and which ones are the y values?
G is the x value.
So, if I look in these points here, I've got points, right? So this here, what is this 2? That is an x value. And then what is this y? Spoiler. What is this 1? That's a y value. So for each of those points, the first number in each little set of brackets is, right, the domain. And what is the second number in each little bracket with a comma? The y value or the range value. Okay, so what is the first one? A is saying f of 2. What is it asking you to figure out? Find the y value when x is equal to 2. So we're going to look at the function f. So that means we're going to look at this function here. And we're going to find which one has an x value of 2. The first point? And what is the y value there? 1. So the answer for this is 1. Okay. Simple enough? You're just looking it up.
Wait, so find the y value when x equals.
Yeah, find the y value. Should we write it out? Find the y value when x is equal to 2. So that's what you're looking for. Okay, so what is this question asking? What is g of 6 asking for? Find the y value when x is equal to 6 in g. So where can I find x equals 6 here? Right here in this second point. What is the value of y? 17. Make sense? Okay. Now, C is asking for f of negative 3. I'll let you guys try that one. 7. So we're looking at this point right here. And, ooh, this one's interesting. G of f of 4 is equal to, okay, so how are we going to deal with this? It's the exact same way as brackets, right? When you're working with brackets in order of operations, you start at the innermost bracket, and then you work your way out. So we need to figure out f of 4 first. So what is f of 4? So this is equal to 2. So then I'm going to write my g of 2, and what is that equal to? So then I go over here, and I look for 3. And I see that the y value is 3 when the x is 2. So first, for f of 4, I had to go here and find f of 4 is equal to 2. And then I figure out g of 2, and my final answer is 3. Okay. So what you could do is you could write on the side, you could say aside, and you could say f of 4 is equal to 2, and then g of f of 4 is equal to g of 2. Okay? And then g of 2 is equal to 3. How did I get this 2? F of 4, I looked up right here. I'm looking there. Okay? So that's my f of 4. I looked for the x value of 4 in my function f, and that has a y value of 2. So that's why f of 4 is equal to 2. Okay? All right. Now let's try E. F of 4. So I'm embedded again, right? So I need to figure out the innermost one first. So what's the innermost one? F of 4. What is the value of F of 4? 2. I should know that off by heart now, right? I've looked it up so many times. So since this is 2 right there, what am I looking up next? F of 2. So what is F of 2? 1. So I'm looking for the x value of 2. So that's right here. And then my y value for that is 1. Okay. Now the next one. Find f of 23. Not going to happen? Why not? It's not in the domain. It's not listed in my set of points, right? Can I find x equals 23 here anywhere? No, it's not listed. So if I can't find it, what can I say? I say it's not in the domain, or it does not exist. And that's all fine. Does not exist. X equals 23 is not in the domain. That should be 23 there. Good? Okay. Awesome. Now, this last one. Holy bananas. Okay. So, this is how we read it. G of, F of, G of, F of, -3 equals. So really, this one's all about just keeping track, right? Because we know how to do this. We just have to be able to keep track of it now. So where do we start? What is f of -3? 7. So now, what am I figuring out now? G of 7, and then I just kind of write everything out again, right? Okay, did I get that? Is that the right number of brackets opening and closing? Okay, so now what do I figure out? So what's G of 7? So that is 4. Okay, and now I have to put my f of in front of it. Okay, and then my g in front of that. All right, I'm going to move this over here and do that question there just because I'm running out of space on the bottom. Okay, so now what is f of 4? 2. So now I'm going to figure out g of 2. What is g of 2? Oh boy. Okay, so that is 3. So now how do I write my answer? I'm going to write this all out again. G of f of g of f of -3. Close this bracket right here. Close this bracket here. Close that bracket. How many brackets do I need on the end? One more? Okay, and we'll fix this G so it actually looks like a G. So that equals 3. Okay, so that's my answer. Cool? Okay. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to do this second example here, and now we're actually working with equations, okay? So what is another way that I could think of this f of 4? What is this telling me to do physically? Substitute x equals 4 in the function f. So here, I've got the function, f is 2x plus 1, right? But instead of this x, I should write 4. So I'm going to substitute 4 plus 1. And then what does that equal? 9. So that equals 9. So f of 4 is equal to 9. All right. Now, g of negative 1. This is telling me to do what? So I've got g, and instead of writing the x this time, I'm going to put a bracket instead of the x. Now, notice I have the squared outside of the bracket. Okay, that means the whole number that gets substituted in gets squared. So what number am I going to put in there? I'm going to put negative 1. What is negative 1 squared? 1. So then I have 2 times 1 plus 4. What does that equal? 6. So 2 plus 1 equals 6. So what is my final answer here? G of negative 1 equals 6. Okay. Make sense? Sweet. When you get the hang of it, yeah, gets good, gets better. Okay, so now here, let's turn it up a little bit. I've got f of g of 2. Yeah, work from the inside out. What do you figure out first? G of 2. So let's work aside, okay? Let's just work aside over here. And let's figure out g of 2. What is g of 2? 2 times 2 squared plus 4. So what is that? So this is 2 times 4, which is 8, and then plus 4 is 12. So g of 2 is 12. All right. Now what do I do? What's next? Now I have to figure out f of 12. So now figure out f of 12. So what is f of 12? 2 times 12 plus 1, and that equals 25. So what is my final answer? F of g of 2 equals 25. Oh, almost made it. Okay. All right, we'll sneak it in there. Okay, and now f of x. So I have to write an equation inside of an equation. All right, let's try to color code this one a little bit so that you can see it a little better. Okay, I'm going to move this up a little bit so that we can have a little bit more room. Okay. Okay, so here, first of all, what is f of x? 2x plus 1? Okay, all right, so I'll just write that up here so that I can remember. So f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. Okay, I need to know that. Now it's telling me to write, instead of this x here, what do I have to substitute in this x, like here and here?
2x plus 1.
The 2x plus 1. So instead of writing, so here, let's say, let's now do this. F of 2, and then I'm going to put a bracket in there. Okay, and now I'll write this in a, so now let's say instead of this x, what do I put in here? 2x plus 1. So instead of here, I write 2x plus 1 in there. So 2x plus 1, and then I also substitute that right there. Okay? So do you see how this is representative of what? That's the f of x, right? And what is this? What is this here representative of? This is f of x, right? Okay. So now, how can I clean this up and write down the answer? I need to take this 2 and I need to distribute it through that bracket. So it's going to be 4x plus 2 plus 1. So 4x plus 3. So my final answer is f of x equals 4x plus 3. Weird? Interesting? Yeah, something different? Yeah. Okay. All right, so the homework for this is the next couple of pages that follow, right? This section, this stuff isn't really covered in the textbook, so there's going to be some handouts and stuff, so I think a couple of them are right after in your notes. And then at the very back, there's a little quiz for you to try. So that's your homework. So I want you to do that, and then also remember to do the rest of your homework from the textbook as well.